guys. Okay, so today is like our last vlog for Module 8. It's kind of sad, but today's prompt is about what is contemporary literature and why it is significant, and kind of explain what contemporary literature is. And I found that throughout the semester, like at first I was kind of confused about what contemporary literature is. I kind of thought that it was just like every other literature, like all reading, writing, but I learned that contemporary literature is different because it relates to our lives, like everyone's lives. You can find a piece in contemporary literature that relates to anything in your life. So, for example, like in our short fiction unit, there's Off by Amy Bender. And Off by Amy Bender is a story that relates to many women and college students. For example, it relates to me because I see that all the time. The story, as you know, is about a girl who she seems very confident. Her goal is to kiss the 3 men at the party, and she seems very confident, although that is covering up her issues of her insecurity issues. And you often see that in women, even in men, just all over and throughout life, not just in college but everywhere. So I thought that's something like relatable to our life. And for example, in poetry, in our poetry unit for contemporary literature, even the poetry relates to our like everyday lives. I found many poems that related to just that I could see relatable to other people's lives, like My Papa's Waltz I found really interesting. And I remember when I first read the poem, I pictured my dad and me. I would always stand on my dad's feet and we'd waltz when we were little, so I always pictured that. And I know other students in class, when we discussed this, pictured dancing with their fathers as well when they were younger. And just these scenarios are seen throughout contemporary literature. You can relate to the text. In our essay nonfiction unit, I found all the stories relatable, especially Leap. That was very relatable to anyone that lived through 9/11. I remember when I first read the essay, I just remembered seeing images in my of the news that I remember watching the news with my parents. I didn't really understand what was going on because I was so young, but I just remember seeing the images of the towers falling, and when I read Leap, I could see those images again. So I found it really interesting, and I realized throughout the semester that contemporary literature is significant because it's relatable to everyone's lives. It's a piece of literature. You can pick up something, read someone else's story, but you can also relate to it. So I found that very interesting, and it's just amazing how much you can learn in one semester. I didn't realize how different contemporary literature was from other literature until I got into this class. So some passages that we read this semester that I think are relatable, like what I defined as contemporary literature. Paper Losses shows a huge example. So many people go through divorce these days, and Paper Losses is about a couple and a family going through a divorce. And even in the first sentence, it says, although Kit and Rafe had met in the peace movement, marching, organizing, making no nuke signs, now they wanted to kill each other. And I feel like many couples, especially married couples going through divorce, feel this way that day. They want to sign the piece of paper, get through the divorce. They go through these feelings that they experienced in the text. Like, for example, in the book, or in the text, she says something about how she kind of contemplates, like, going through with the divorce because they've had so many memories. And it's often seen that this happens, like the couple will contemplate on their divorce because they have so many memories as a family. They don't want to break apart their family, although they end up going through it, and feel this sense of absence and how everything has changed. So I found that relatable. Even every story was like explained in Off. and Leap and those other stories. And I really enjoyed this class this semester. It was really fun, really different than any other literature class I've taken, and I really enjoyed it and learned so much. So thanks everyone, it was great meeting you all.